little bit of an odd day coming in on Friday. We thought that if we got that big pullback down to those 681 ranges, that we would get a little bit of a pop and then stay there. But instead, what we ended up happening is that we had that pop and then a pullback again down to around that 683, and then that end of the day run up into close. So we closed around $3 down on the SPY from the previous trading session's close. And then after hours, we actually gave up about another $2.50 in here. So we're going to see what happens on Sunday night when futures do open, especially now that we do have a war and a conflict going on between US, Israel, and Iran. So we're going to see how that changes everything with these futures on Sunday night. Now, as far as our weekly chart here on SPY, what are we going to be looking at in here? Well, we have this 9-day EMA sitting at 686. That is going to be our first line in here of resistance that we do need to breach and hold. Anything above there, then we're going to be looking at that 695 mark. To the downside in here, we want to look at that 681 and at that 680 mark, but really at 678 is going to be the major support in here. If we do end up breaching that, then we're looking at 672, and then anything below there, really this thing wants 652, and a war that's basically happening could bring us there sooner rather than later, depending. But it looks like we should get a nice little support here, 678 first. If not, then 672. And then below there, we're just going to let the chart kind of play things out in the SPY. Now we're going to take a look at our QQQs in here, as we always do, because we like the correlation. That happens because a lot of the same stocks are found in both. So you notice the red doji that happened on the SPY. Well, now we have a green doji in here in QQQ, but either way, it still tracks the same. It says, hey, indecision overall on the week. And then you can actually see the volatility with these long upper wicks and lower wicks here with this weekly candle, showing the volatility that we actually had. Because if you just look at it for what it is, you say, oh, indecision, whatever. But really, there was a lot more volatility coming in here than what really shows here on this one weekly candle. Now, as far as our implied volatility, as far as IV rank goes for QQQ, it's sitting at $37 expected move priced in by Monday, next Friday, right around $14. So we're going to compare that with the SPY volatility, where our IV rank is sitting at 24, and you have a $6 expected move by Friday, and then a $12 expected move. I'm sorry, $6 by Monday and then $12 expected move by Friday. So we're going to keep those in mind as we continue throughout this week and kind of open up and see what is really going to take place with this war, and what are the retaliations we are going to get over the weekend here, and then actually throughout the week. On the weekly chart for QQQ, the 9-day EMA, it's going to be the same story in here. It's going to be 611. Anything above there, we're looking at 613. Above that, we're chalking it up to this 618 level. On the downside in here, we're taking a look at the 600 psych level. That should hold some good support for us. If not, then we're going to go all the way back down here to the 588s, and then we have to visit this 577 mark that is right here, as far as a larger support. So we got some good supports in here. If anything crazy happens over this weekend and we gap down tremendously on Monday, it looks like we have some good footing in here, so we could get some good bounces. But again, we'll kind of have to wait and see. But overall, it's all about what is going to happen between Israel, Iran, and the US. How is that going to affect the overall world, right? And then kind of go from there. So let's see what happens when we open up on Sunday, and kind of watch things as we go into Monday's open. So that's what we're looking at here for our SPY and our QQQ. All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We also have a Discord service if you are interested, and you can find all of our socials in the description below.